Welcome back to another deep dive in the mind with your Valentines. Today we're going to talk about seduction, how to seduce people with your character. Now, seduction is kind of a naughty word. You know, people have this idea that it's a manipulative tactic or something that you're doing to trick people. And a lot of people think that seduction can only be done by certain people, that you got to have the certain looks, you got to be a certain height, you got to have certain money. But seduction is more than this. It's more than the vanity metrics that people place on what they perceive of as love, right? It's a transformation of character, an impactful person who comes into another person's life and is able to really cause change because of their character. Now, here's a book by favorite author Robert Greene. He wrote the 48 Laws of Power, and he also wrote this book, The Art of Seduction, right? It's kind of worn out, been reading it a lot. But in the first chapter, this is what he says, right? He says, "We all have the power of attraction, the ability to draw people in and hold them in our thrall. Far from all of us, though, are aware of this inner potential, and we imagine attractiveness instead as a near mystical trait that a select few are born with and the rest will never command. Yet all we need to do to realize our potential is understand what it is in a person's character that naturally excites people and develop these latent qualities within us." See, most people, they don't have the patience to understand another person because they want to be understood. They want that person to understand them. They want that person to fulfill a need in their life. And this will make you anti-seductive because trying to fulfill your desires through others will only lead to constant disappointments. And that disappointment leads to a predictable pattern of habits. See, a seducer sees all of life as a theater. Everyone is an actor. Most people feel they have constricted roles in life, which makes them unhappy. Seducers, on the other hand, can be anyone and can assume many roles. They take pleasure in performing. This freedom of theirs, this fluidity in body and in spirit, is what makes them attractive. A lot of times people pay attention to the images of things and they don't understand the metrics of what's going on behind the scenes. What this leads to is a limited imagination, one who cannot see beyond the images casted before them. And it makes you a cliche. It turns you into a surface level character where you can't get in tune with other people's emotions because you're not in tune with your own emotions. You're not in tune with yourself. When you become in tune with yourself, you start realizing things in other people. You start recognizing things in other people that you recognized in yourself. Your perspective starts changing, right? I remember when I was the hopeless romantic in middle school, I was like, oh, these girls, they don't want or appreciate a nice guy. But now my whole pursuit has changed. Now I'm looking for who has the best quality traits to mother my children. You know, one day I have children, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to be a good person to be with for the rest of my life? That's what I'm looking for now. I'm not just looking to be accepted by women no more. I'm looking to cultivate a life that I could call my own. The difference in the mentality is that one mentality is the victim, is like, I hope I get accepted by this world. That's the loser mentality. That's the victimhood mentality. Then you have the director mentality. You are directing your life. You're like making plans and you're making it happen. Robert Greene goes on to say that there's 9 seducer types within the world. Each seducer type has a particular character trait that comes from deep within and creates a seductive pull. Now, as I read these seducer types, I want you to, pick out the one that closely resembles you or someone that you know, and study it, because you're going to see a lot of resemblances within there. The first one is sirens. They have an abundance of sexual energy and know how to use it. The second one are rakes. They insatiably adore the opposite sex, and their desires are infectious. The third one are ideal lovers. They have an aesthetic sensibility that they apply to their romance. The fourth one are dandies. They like to play with their image, creating a striking androgynous allure. The fifth one are naturals. They are spontaneous and open. The sixth one are coquettes. They are self-sufficient with fascinating and cool to their core. The seventh one are charmers. They want and they know how to please. They are social creatures. And the eighth one are charismatics. They have an unusual confidence in themselves. Now, can't forget the ninth one, the star. They're ethereal and they envelop themselves in mystery. When you understand the psychology behind seduction, what turns people on and what turns them off, you have more influence within your life. You have more influence with how you interact with people. Instead of you looking for them to fulfill something within you, you have actually fulfilled something within them. Each gender has its own weakness. The male is traditionally vulnerable to the visual. For women, the weakness is language and words. See, I've been knowing this for a while, man, that women love when you say something that they haven't heard before. Like, wait, I never heard a guy say that before. Oh, you're so different. I see the magic in words, man. There's magic in words that people don't understand because most people are repetitious. They just say the same things that other people say. They just say the same cliche lines. Oh, thank God it's Friday. Another day, another dollar. Like, they just say the same cliche words and they don't say anything that truly comes from within their heart. They're just regurgitating lines, right? So the way how I think is like, okay, I want to be memorable to a person that I want to affect, the person that I want to have a great impact in their life, right? I want to be more memorable to them. So I'm going to use words that they haven't heard before, or just use words that are deeper. So later on, when that person eventually thinks back to what I said, it's not mixed in with all the other junk that's been said to them that day, right? Because eventually it becomes like noise. Like everyone says the same things. Everyone's doing, like, it becomes like radio static noise. But when you have that voice that's saying something different, it stands out. It's memorable. And that's what causes that attraction. Now they're seeking out that memorable source. And I've seen it work time and time again with every relationship that I've had, where people will regurgitate or say the things that I said to them. Like they would jack my whole swag. Like they would copy verbatim all the things I said, like all the things like, oh yeah, well, consciousness and this and that. Like they start jacking my swag, bro. They start becoming clones. And before they met me, they were a completely different person. They were not saying the things that they say. They were not doing the things that they did. They changed after interacting with me. And I look at that as a positive thing, because imitation is the highest form of flatteration, that someone would like to be like you. You know what I mean? I'm an impactful person. Like I actually come into people's lives, the people that I interact with, and I actually make a difference in their lives. I'm not just a person that's just like, hey, Bob, how's it going? Thank God it's Friday. People are easy to understand. Most people, they desire pleasure. They desire to be pleased. Pleasure can be used as a tool of control, because when it's taken away, it causes pain, right? Where, oh no, that thing that was so pleasant, it's not there anymore and I feel bored in myself. I need to find that thing again. That's where the cravings of the ego go about. Pleasure can come from many things in life, not just the physical, not just sex. It can also come from your aura, right? And aura, I know it's like a cliche word now. Aura is an actual real thing. You have an electrical magnetic field that spirals around your body. It even pumps your heart. That there's electrical signals that's going throughout your body as we speak. It's the unseen energy that animates our bodies, that can't be seen by the human eye, but can be felt by the presence. You can feel the energy. I know it sounds woo-woo and nonsense, but that energy consists of your thoughts. That's what makes up most of your aura, is your thoughts, what other people can feel in your presence. And that feeling could be pleasure for someone else. Character seduction is what I call it. And it doesn't work on everything, on everyone, because not everybody is going to like you. Obviously, we've covered this before. Not everybody's going to like you, but finding the archetypes that strongly are attracted to you. I wouldn't say soulmate, because I think that's a corny term too. I don't believe in soulmates. I just believe in people that you grow with. So I would say it creates a bond between you and another person that can match your psychological makeup, right? Someone that's not going to contradict you, or someone that's not going to hold you back from your true potential. You know, you want to be with the right people in life. Thanks for watching. Like if you dislike, disliked if you dislike, and I'll catch you on the next one.